That's me navigating us into a brick wall.
Without GPS. Watch and drive.
Oh, I almost just ended the broadcast.
Oh, baby, we here.
We steer.
You in the right direction. This is the Grossi Perna Show. Tom Grossi, Brandon Perna, or as all the NASCAR drivers call it, GPS.
Oh. Yeah.
Nailed it.
I almost hit end broadcast after the intro there.
That would have been the best. All right, thanks, folks. Great show. It was a great show.
Would have been perfect since we did a fake car wreck.
Yeah, it would have been perfect. Like no navigating today. We'll do that during like the off season and just be like, yeah, when there's like 8 people in here, and then just be like, that's it. That's the whole show, folks. We have nothing to talk about.
That's a good June. June episode.
Exactly. Folks, we're here. We're going to break down last night's game, which was a million times more interesting than I anticipated it to be, because I thought it was going to be one of the worst games I've seen, but it wasn't even a bottom 5 game of this season thus far.
It was still boring, though. There's some nuance in it, but I was like, I'm bored. Of course, here's what happened for me. I watched the first quarter, right? Like nothing's happening.
Nothing happens, yeah.
We go to the park with Carmi, go for like 20 minutes.
Because you
live
in a weird land.
Touchdowns had been scored. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I missed all of them. But that's what I get for being a friggin' good dad, I guess.
Yeah, idiot. You also, did you see this?
Oh my God, yeah.
Like that angle makes it look even more impressive than it already was. Like, damn. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, Jesse. My man Jesse from Last Second Sports.
Oh.
Niners fan. I had to explain to him who Kurt Benkert was. But Jesse.
We miss you, Kurt.
Pretty solid 49ers YouTuber. Check him out if you're a Niners fan, for sure. I was impressed. You do like a lot of, podcasts and different things with people you haven't met. And I was like, oh yeah, this guy knows his shit. This guy's got it. He's got it figured out.
There you go. It'll probably still be Matt Rule. It'll probably still be Matt.
Ooh, still the firings.
Oh, could be. Speaking of, yes. So this, people are already asking. Yes. So he had not seen the tweet.
Oh, I did not know. This was a nice surprise this morning.
So last night, the Grossi Posse was rating, as we do, during halftime. First rate was pretty solid. Second rate was great. It was a Steelers fan. And as I'm perusing, and if you have no idea what I'm talking about, during every halftime, I like to go out. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Ass Ron.
We're going to direct you to the altar. I did not see Snoop Dogg, but if Snoop Dogg speaks about it, that's how you know it's gone down.
You've been watching too much Tree.
So we rate people, like go over to smaller streamers, show them some love, comment, like, subscribe, all that great stuff. And at this point, I get to the third one, and I'm just like clicking on ones that have like one viewer in it. And I find a Packers fan who is streaming with a Broncos fan.
Bizarre.
And which is weird already, because you don't see that very often. Ever since Super Bowl 32, those two houses don't really communicate with one another. And we got a little alternate GPS, which, well, apparently they were talking about us and GPS before I rated them, as you do. And so this was their first time streaming ever. And this is what happened. Wait a minute. I have found a Packers and Broncos fan streaming together. It's basically myself and Perna if we were an alternative universe.
Can you imagine though if like I looked up at the phone and I literally did see like all like Grossi raid?
Grossi, I'm begging like
raid! It's a Broncos and a Packers fan streaming together. It's GPS.
No way. Tom raided us. He raided us. No way. Are you kidding me?
They know.
Let's go. We were just talking about this.
They were just talking about it.
What?
Grossi raid.
Let's go.
We were just talking about it.
Thank you, Tom. This is incredible, dude.
They're so happy. They even have a Jess in the background.
Go to DraftKings and use code GPS.
He said go to DraftKings and use code GPS.
So helpful.
Oh, this is one of the best reactions ever. That made the whole game. It made the entire game. Like that was just like that's gonna be a tough one to beat.
I think for Halloween, Tom, you need to grow a goatee and you need to go as alternate Tom Grossi from that stream.
So here was the thing.
Dye your hair blonde.
But I mean, yeah, it's dirty blonde right now.
No,
but yeah,
that guy has blonde.
That's
hair.
blonde. That
guy is Nordic.
Now, so here's the thing, Perna, because the problem is my curiosity got the best of me. Because after that raid and the endorphins are high, and I'm like, man, that was really great. That was wonderful. I'm like, I need to know who Fake Jess is with. Like, is Fake Jess with the Broncos fan? Is Fake Jess with the Packers fan? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, how do I ask this in a non-creepy way?
Right.
And the chat, being the chat, because they're perfect, just blatantly ask, who's Fake Jess with? And they literally respond. They're like, oh, Fake Jess is with me. Fake Jess was with the Packers fan.
Oh, whoa, It is an alt universe.
It's an alternative universe where things be crazy. So it's just saying.
Wow.
So
yeah, Fake Jess. You mean this Jess? Wow. So this is real. She is the Grossi posse in that universe.
Were you trying to show something? Yes, there it is. Yes. That was the prelude to what was happening. So
interesting. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was a good night. It was better than the game, but it was a good night.
It's GPS is working. The link between you and I now, it's like somebody sent me this Reddit thread that was like favorite sports YouTubers, and they're like, oh, you're getting some love in there. And of course, like the first thing I notice is I'm not getting as much love as Flemlo is, like, or KTO. But like everyone, when they were like saying like that's good sports, it was Tom Grossi and Brandon Perna.
Yes.
Tom Grossi and that's good sports. Tom Grossi, and I was like, this is great because they're just like linking us together now with all of it.
It's just that now. So if one of us has a significant controversy, we're both going down.
Both going down.
Yeah, we're both going down. It's we're not going to be able to separate ourselves. So it's gonna be tough, but we'll make it through.
Shout out to Flemlo though, who is great.
There you go. It's true. Big facts.
He does what you would call respectable work. Not there yet.
We'll get there, buddy. We'll get there. So yeah, last night was a game. Like the chat said, it was definitely one of the games of all time. It occurred.
Yeah.
And I think some things that stood out to me. One, Jacoby Brissett, man, he looked great. He was slinging that ball, throwing into tight windows, able to get out of pressure. Was looking pretty good. Trubisky, for all his faults, also had some really nice throws last night. Delivered in like super duper tight windows, was constantly under pressure and was able to avoid most of that pressure. Some receivers had definitely some drops. Offensive line definitely needs work. The play calling was odd for the Steelers, definitely on offense, and they are missing TJ Watt. But that last play where there's like a little bit of hope. I'm like, all right, they'll do like a quick throw to the sideline. They'll get out of bounds and then they'll heave it, right? And then like Trubisky will just throw it as far as he can. And, if crazy things happen, they throw it to the sideline and there's like 6 seconds left. And then they just start lateraling it back and forth until there's no time left. They fumble and then the Browns get a touchdown. And
like before that play, before they threw that play, I was thinking, okay, they're going to be either doing exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Get some yards, make the throw somewhat makeable for Trubisky. I was like, or they're just going to go straight to the lateraling. And what bothers me there is you throw it to the sideline and then you try to do the lateral play. Like, you got to do that in the middle of the field because like when you're on the sideline, you're pinned. Like, the defense has an extra defender right there. You can't go anywhere. And don't even bring up that the Steelers, the whole lateral thing they did was just awful. It resulted in a Browns touchdown, which I know probably made and or ruined some bettors evening. And God bless Al Michaels, who, like I tweeted, like he still talks about sports betting like it's 2018. And he's just like, and that final touchdown may have affected some of you out there. You know who I'm talking about. Something like that. I was like, I love it.
Degenerates, pieces of garbage.
Just Al Michaels. It's just like he's the voice of football. And I love that there's still like, I'm just going to allude to it like it's still a real dirty thing that we should talk about.
It's illegal. It's done in the dirt and alleyways.
Meanwhile, like NFL Network this morning's like, official partner with DraftKings.
Yeah. Yep.
Here's our DraftKings segment.
They have a DraftKings logo over Al Michaels' face. Like,
every time they cut to him in the booth.
They're like, for you degenerates. But
it's the Steelers. If you're a Browns fan, you feel optimistic right now because they got to win. They're 2-1, right? They didn't blow the lead.
Should have been 3-0.
Should be 3-0. And you're assuming the team's going to be better when the criminal comes back, who shall not be named. And Jacoby brought some energy last night. Like, he was making throws. He was excited out there. His best pass was an incompletion. It was this little like jump ball he threw across the middle. Nick Chubb, to me, he's just the best running back in the NFL. Like, when you watch him run. And I know Kareem Hunt's good, but like, I just want to see Nick Chubb without Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
I just don't want Kareem Hunt on the field. I want all the carries to go to Nick Chubb. And if the Browns can just hang on until, like, it's going to be crazy if the Browns are in the playoff mix and then Watson gets back and what happens there. I'm just very curious to see. And I think I feel like because of all the Watson stuff, I haven't wanted to root for the Browns. I think a lot of people probably feel that way, including some Browns fans.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to give the current players who have nothing to do with Deshaun Watson the respect they deserve because they're playing kind of ugly, gritty football, but I kind of like it.
Well, I mean, like, because there's a lot of like good players and good people on that team that had nothing to do with, bringing in Deshaun Watson. So I said, people are saying like, oh man, I hope, first play he like breaks his leg and, talking about Watson, like he just comes in and gets annihilated, he's out for the season. I said, no. I said the best possible thing that could happen is Jacoby Brissett is just balling out. Yeah. And he's phenomenal. And Watson just sucks. And then the Browns have to sit there and go, crap. Like you said, let them be in the playoff mix. Have them put Watson in, and then they start losing. And then you're going to still continue. Like, I want that drama in my life. Like,
and then it's like all off season. They're like, what do the Browns do at quarterback now?
Yep.
Interesting. But here's what's like my takeaway last night is I thought Jacoby was playing well. I thought Trubisky was playing like all right.
Yeah,
like for Mitch Trubisky, you're like, he's playing decent. I think Jacoby completed one more pass than Mitch Trubisky, had like 15 more yards. 2 of those were touchdowns. One of those touchdowns was a laser by Jacoby Brissett. But it's like they're similar quarterbacks in terms of, I think, like what their ceiling is, what they can be to a team. So, like, what's the difference between them right now? I think the Browns' offensive line is better. So Jacoby's more comfortable back there. Their run game works.
Clean pockets like all night.
Yeah. The Browns' run game works. If early on the Steelers had pressure, if TJ Watt was in there, I think it would be a different story. But offensive line, and they can run the football, and that's why you can win with Jacoby. And that's right now why I'm not sure what the Steelers gain by waiting to start Mitch Trubisky or Kenny
Pickett.
Because I think like Trubisky, you want to utilize his athleticism. And I saw him try and do that a couple times, and we saw it with the touchdown that Trubisky scored.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, I hope the Broncos do that on the 2-yard line. Just, fake the run and boot out Russ. But I feel like the offense they want to run is what they were doing a little bit with Ben Roethlisberger last year. It's quick passes. Let your QB just kind of make those reads, get out quick passes. And I think Pickett's better suited to do that.
Yeah.
And he's got an arm like that Ben didn't have.
Yeah, because Tomlin basically came out and he's like, yeah, no, like we have no plans on changing QB. Like that's not going to happen in the near future. And like, I get it. Like he's going to sit and develop. You don't want to throw him to the wolves because they don't have a good offensive line. They don't.
No.
But at the same time, it's kind of like, what is this season? Is it just to try and develop Pickett while he's on the bench? Because I think it's obvious to everyone that Trubisky is a stopgap, right? That's why you drafted Kenny Pickett. So I think it might just be like Mike Tomlin's like old school mentality, right? And it's like, hey, like they sit for a year. That's just the way it is. And then maybe he'll start like a couple of games in like week 15 or 16. So yeah, let's go. Let's get it.
Is that the Packer fan?
Yes, I believe so.
Levi scene. Ooh.
So that was I was intriguing, and I saw, I think it was in the mod chat, someone said apparently like Trubisky was talked to in the pregame and said that like he needs to gain the confidence of the offensive coordinator and coaches to allow him to audible. And I was like, what? So like that doesn't
sound
a
weird thing to say,
right? That's because like he's a veteran. He is. It's just weird. I don't know.
What war did he fight in?
Say again. What'd you say? I
said, what war did he fight in?
Yeah. Yes, he was in the war of the Chicago Bears under Matt Nagy, which was a brutal war. There was no survivors.
Yeah,
there were none.
Yeah. Like, you bring him in, you got to have the confidence to let him play. If you're that worried about him right now, give it another week and then bring in Pickett. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're going to wait until your season is lost before you bring him in. I definitely think Pickett will start at some point this season.
I imagine so.
I don't know how much, like, I know there's 2 philosophies there. Leave a rookie on the bench, let him learn that way, or throw him to the wolves and see what you got because you're going to learn a lot more quickly. I don't think QBs actually get ruined when they're struggling with, a little bit like poor offensive line play. As long as you've got a good coaching staff. And you could argue Matt Canada is not the right offensive coordinator, but I think Mike Tomlin is a very good head coach.
I agree.
So even if the Steelers aren't good, I don't think you're going to ruin Kenny Pickett by having him out there, even if the offense isn't great, because it is the offensive line that's the issue. You've got a lot of talented playmakers in the receiving game. We've seen what George Pickens can do when you just throw him jump balls.
Yeah.
I think Najee Harris, like the knock on him is what? He's only going to get 3 yards per carry. But he had a couple like 10-yard runs. He can pick up the blitz.
He's a good running back. It's just his offensive line is trash.
Yeah. He needs a couple more. He needs like 5 more opportunities per game, 5 to 8 more carries. And he just needs some holes to run through because he's a punishing runner once he gets past that first wave. He gets an unfair sort of critique of who he is as a back.
Yeah, it's not him. I mean, because again, last year, how many carries did he get? And he just ran into a wall every
got a lot last year.
Play. Like, and he still gets it. Yeah, this is where I saw that. So apparently he needs to earn the trust of the OC before he's allowed to audible.
I'm glad we both got that Cayman alligator warning.
I'm more excited about this.
All right.
Did you watch Better Call Saul?
Oh my! Yeah, I haven't finished I watch it on Netflix, so you get the final season.
Buddy.
So I gotta wait for the last season.
It was perfection.
So was Breaking Bad from start to finish. So
oh my God, it was so good. It was so good.
Yeah,
the finale was like legitimately perfect. Sorry.
I mean, I rewatched Breaking Bad a couple years ago, and I was like, they did this perfectly, start to finish. To me, Mad Men is a perfect show. Better Call Saul right up there. So that's good to hear. Now I just got to wait for it to be available on Netflix.
If you want, I could I'll give you a website that could
yeah, we'll see. I like to watch it on my TV.
The big screen.
Well,
if you have an HDMI cable, you can just plug it in, or
Yeah, there's a lot of work when you're laying in bed.
I mean, that's true. Yeah, if you got a smart TV, you could just.
We'll talk. I don't want to talk about anything illegal during our show.
No. Speaking of, that brings us to our sponsor, Black Tar Heroin. So in terms of kind of that, I don't know what the Steelers are going to do next, because now they're 1-2. Their schedule does not get any easier. Yeah. I mean, I think if you're the Ravens and Bengals, you're like, okay, this is what we're competing against. We'll be okay. But yeah, I don't know what to do if you're the Steelers, because they're like the Browns, like you said, if they can hold on, they have Nick Chubb. I think they'll be okay. If Brissett looks like he did last night, they'll be fine. But
I think I know what the Steelers do. They don't. I just said they should start Pickett. They don't start him. They finished bottom of the division. They need to have a top 8 draft pick so they can grab offensive line in the draft. They need to get the top tackle or guard or whatever the hell they actually need on the line. I don't know. Finish for the line help. The offensive line help. And start trading away a couple guys you can get value for.
Yeah, like TJ Watt to the Packers.
Yeah, and maybe Cam Hayward to the Broncos.
You know what? I like this. I like this a lot. So it's true. That is a balanced part of this good breakfast.
Eat while you drive. Bowl cereal in your car while we navigate you.
Okay.
Also check your texts. Remember when your phone, the only thing you were checking while you're driving was text messages? Now you're watching YouTube while you drive. Wow.
And if you're sending super chats, even better. It's just like, hold on, officer. I just got to send this $5 thing talking about how Matt Canada sucks.
The officer's like, yeah, but what if you want to get out of this ticket, super chat my live stream that I'm doing right now?
Because the cop is also live streaming?
Yep.
I like that.
He's like, we got body cam footage and I'm live streaming just to show that I am following all the laws.
Ooh.
You're a cop. You're supposed to. Well, we don't have that reputation anymore.
It's true. So, okay, now where are they live streaming? Is it on TikTok? Is it? Because I feel like they might try to be hip,
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. Probably.
And then like TikTok. Writing the ticket and then does like a TikTok dance.
No, it's TikTok. TikTok. The social media app for all cop-related live streams. Like they keep talking about YouTube and shorts, right? YouTube's like, we want everybody doing shorts. Well, you know what, YouTube? Why don't you make your algorithm as vicious as TikTok's is? Like there's instant gratification with TikTok where like you post a video and you're like 5 minutes later, it's got, 10,000 views. YouTube needs to give us that. Because it ain't happening with my shorts.
Yeah, no, I feel that. I feel that in my bones. All right, we got week 3 to preview. When I was trying to make my predictions, there's a bunch of games where I'm like, I have no clue. There was it just came out that Micah Hyde and Jordan Phillips are going to be out for the Bills against the Dolphins. So that hurts. And that's a game right off the bat. And it's being played in Miami. That's going to be an interesting game. And I feel like that is a great litmus test for the Dolphins because the Patriots, I'm not sold on them at all.
No.
Not even a little bit. The Ravens, I think, are a good team. It was just a monumental collapse. And I think that the Dolphins offense was very, very good. Tua was very, very good. But this is where you find out how good of a team you are by going up against the Buffalo Bills right now, because they look like the best team in football. And it's not even close. I think like the Chiefs are like number 2, but there's a gap right now between the Bills and the Chiefs. So
yeah, I'll agree with that.
Yeah. Like a pretty sizable gap. And so while they are missing some defensive players, I mean, I still pick the Bills to win this, but being played in Miami, I mean, could make a little bit of a difference. That Floridian heat. It's a little unique. Disney World right around the block. It's not. Orlando and Miami are pretty far away, but you know.
This is the first real test for the Bills. Not only based on like level of competition, but we're going to see how they handle, injuries. Most of them are on defense right now, it feels like. And, one of their Hart was suspended for a game. But oh man. Is Jordan Poyer playing? Because didn't he get hurt too?
Please hold your calls. Very important to us.
Either way, like, I think the Bills are going to win.
Christian McCaffrey's he will play.
I would feel more confident if, their entire secondary was healthy, because you kind of need that when you're playing Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. But what we know, the thing with the Bills is they can answer by scoring. You know what I mean? And they should get Gabe Davis back, right? He should be ready to go this week. If not, they got Stephon Diggs. They've got playmakers.
It's going to be a really good game, dude.
I just trust Josh Allen more than Tua still.
That's fair.
Crazy. That'll be the difference.
That's fair.
Allen. It's Josh Allen.
True. So that game is the one that I am looking at and circling. And that's like the early slate too, that I'm like, that's going to be a really, really good game.
That one, we'll see if the Bengals do indeed suck. If they lose to the Jets,
dude,
start slamming the panic button, Bengals fans.
Yeah, that's just, yeah.
You're like, you mentioned that you're having a hard time making your predictions. And then Will and I went for our Pick'em podcast, and we were going through the games. And I was like, oh, I see why Tom struggled, because it's a lot of like bad versus bad teams.
Yeah.
So like that early slate of games, Bengals, Jets, Saints, Panthers, Raiders, Titans.
Don't know.
Dude,
even Texans, Bears.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know.
I took the Texans there. I
did too. Even though it's in Soldier Field, I still picked them.
And I tried to hype up the Bears a little bit before the season, saying they might not be as bad as we think, but I put Justin Fields in the thumbnail because I want him to have a game. And
he needs to have one, yeah.
I feel like he needs to have a game throwing the football, and they need to let him throw the ball. Like, you can do it against the Texans. I don't know if he is the answer. Everything right now, he looks like a huge bust, but I'm rooting for Justin Fields to have a game. And he came in and started kind of early last season. Everybody wanted him to start. Then Andy Dalton got hurt. I put him on the thumbnail with Pickett because I think you should get your guy out there and let him play. So, use Fields' athleticism, get some plays with his legs, but let the guy throw the friggin' football. That would be my advice to the Bears.
Yeah. I mean, The Lions and Vikings too are another one. Like it's Vikings are at home. It's not even close to Monday, so Kirk Cousins might play pretty well. That's a weird game.
Lions are going to eat.
Dude, even the Cardinals and Rams, because the Rams did not look good. Like they almost blew the lead to the Falcons, and the Cardinals, they came back. Seahawks, Falcons, another tough one. Like hell, like even the Cowboys, Giants. Like I don't know. Like there's a lot of I don't know games.
There are, because there's so much, there's a lot of things that are in flux right now. I feel like. But Giants, I hope the Giants get the win.
But the majority of teams are 1-1 right now, and you're just kind of like they had a good win and then a terrible loss. They're like, oh, they shouldn't have lost this game, and that's what makes it so difficult. Going, okay, well, which one is the real thing, right? Like the Packers get blown out week 1, and then they have a really good game against the Bears. Now, like that game too, going up against the Bucs. I mean, I don't know if anyone's gonna have wide receivers, but it's gonna be a time.
I tweeted like, we'll finally find out who's better, Aaron Rodgers without any receivers or Tom Brady without any receivers. Like it's a joke, but man, did it like people are fighting with each other in that thread.
Oh yeah.
Tom Brady never even had a receiver. Randy Moss, Gronk, Welker, Edelman.
Made all those
7 rings to 1 ring. Like I love that. All the fighting.
Yeah, we hear it every single week.
Who's started? Like which receivers are starting for the Packers? Who's healthy enough to play?
That's a great question. Probably Romeo Doubs, because Sammy Watkins has a hammy thing. Cobb has an illness. I think Watson is messed up too. But yeah, it might just be like a run the ball type of day. Aaron Jones might be rocking. Let's go Romeo.
Romeo, is Lazard healthy enough to play?
I tweeted it out yesterday, and this was so long ago. Hold on. It was so long ago that I tweeted it out yesterday.
Yeah. The Buccaneers secondary is pretty good, and they've been pretty opportunistic. Jamel Dean, he's got like 2 or 3 picks, I feel like already.
Let's see. Cobb was illness. Alan Lazard was an ankle. Watkins was a hamstring, and Watson was a hamstring.
Damn.
That was Wednesday. So it was a little bit better, I think, yesterday, because Bakhtiari even practiced yesterday, which was nice. Alan Lazard, Sammy Watkins, and Christian Watson were not. Lazard and Watson were on bikes. Randall Cobb and Mercedes Lewis weren't practicing either. So, Cobb's out, maybe.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Again, it's still a little early, but
yeah, you got what, 2 days for those hamstrings to magically heal
themselves. Are you serious? I'm looking at the TV map right now, and I get the freaking Jets and Bengals rather than the Bills and Dolphins.
Broadway Joe, baby.
Kill me. Oh, it's not even there. Oh, Green Bay showing Houston and Chicago. I don't think I wanted to stream that game, but I don't think I'm going to be able to because I'm not going to do Sunday Ticket and have it be 40 seconds delayed. I cannot put myself through that. Sorry. All right. Yeah. So what's some games that standing out to you, Brandon Perna, that you're like,
Yeah. Well, I do want to see the Ravens torch the Patriots. But I'm not super interested in that game per se. I have to be honest, Jaguars Chargers is intriguing me, Tom. Justin Herbert, I think he's amazing. I think the Chargers should have beat the Chiefs on Thursday night. All right. But now he's got the rib injury. He's going to get a shot, and we know that that's no guarantee that he won't be in the hospital after the Chargers medical staff administers it to him. But assuming they don't go through the cartilage and directly into his lungs.
It's a rib thing, but they somehow, we thought the ribs in the back were the one that was the problem.
Yeah. I think, he'll play through it. He'll be fine. But Jacksonville, they're not who they were last year. And the Chargers can't run the football. So even though Justin Herbert is amazing, I feel like they're a little one-dimensional on offense right now.
Is Keenan Allen back?
I don't know. Just throw it to Mike Williams would be my advice to the Chargers. So I think the Chargers will win this game, but I think there's a better chance that the Jags can win than I thought before the season started.
I'd agree with that.
Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence still hasn't gotten a road win as a quarterback. I don't think he'll get it this week, but I think this game's going to be close. I think we're going to learn a little bit more about how improved Jacksonville is and if the Chargers can get out of their own way or not for the rest of the season.
That's a big game for the Chargers. Like, not even like unironically, because it's, let's see, one, if Herbert's healthy, but two, because I wonder, like, how long is that going to be a nagging injury for him? Like, how long is he going to be carrying that one around?
Yeah, I have no idea how quickly cartilage heals. But
I hurt my ear one time and it hurt for a little bit. There's cartilage in there.
If I'm Jacksonville, I go with a heavy dose of James Robinson in the run game. So,
dude, there have been many regrets in my life, but honestly, it might be top 5 drafting Travis Etienne as high as I did. Like that was bad. He just does not look good. The first 2 weeks, he has had a rough time, whether it's just dropping, fumbling, or getting smacked. Yeah, Travis Etienne, not great.
Yeah. Give me some James Robinson.
Which I don't even know why they drafted him to begin with, because James Robinson was that guy. You had Trevor Lawrence sticking up for him because didn't Urban Meyer like bench Robinson last year? And yeah, T-Log would be like, no, he needs to be like on the field.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was stupid.
It was dumb. It was very, very dumb.
Yeah, I should look. That was what, the 2020 draft? 2021 draft.
I think so.
Yeah. Let's look at...
It was last year was his rookie year, and then he was hurt like the entire year.
Yeah. Travis Etienne. Where was he selected?
Like the second round, third round?
I feel like it was first. 25th pick.
Yes.
The Jacksonville Jaguars take Travis Etienne.
25th. Wow. That was
really so it was right after Najee Harris. Jacksonville could have had Greg Newsome, Rashad Bateman, Peyton Turner, fine. That was a weird reach by the Saints. Eric Stokes.
Tom Grossi.
Greg Russo. Odafe Owe.
I wouldn't have shut up.
So, revisionist, take Newsome or Stokes right there if you're Jacksonville, I think.
No, Eric Stokes is ours. No,
I know now
he's ours, Perna. No.
Asante Samuel Jr. goes to the Chargers. Mid-second. That would have been a nice pick there, too.
Yeah.
Asante Samuel's pretty good.
He is.
Pretty good.
His kid's good, too.
Yeah, junior.
My question to you, truly, and I want you to break this down for me. Raiders-Titans. That one is one of the hardest ones to even attempt to predict. Because
I think the Raiders are going to get a win.
I did pick the Raiders to win.
I think they're a better team than the Titans on every level right now, except for running back. And Derrick Henry, we haven't seen him do the Derrick Henry stuff that we're used to. Raiders just can't really run the ball. I trust Derek Carr.
Can they not run it, or they're just not? McDaniel's just like, no, we're not going to.
Both, right?
Dude, yeah, McDaniel's, he was not a good decision. And they're in such a weird flux year too, because they have guys that they didn't pick up their 5th-year option. Like, they're going to have like a newer team next year at some really critical positions.
Yeah. So, no, you're right. Just 34 rushing attempts on the season for the Raiders, which is the second fewest.
They're just not running the ball.
To only the Seahawks, who have 33.
Which is surprising. Which is
Pete
very surprising.
Carroll, I want to run and play defense, except when I lose Russell Wilson, and then Geno Smith's gonna throw us to victory.
Yeah, it's being played in Nashville, but
yeah. Look, I want the Raiders to lose, Guillermo. I do. I think you're gonna get your first win against the Titans because they look bad.
They're just. Yes, we did start. Yes, we played the clip.
It's at the beginning, Stern.
I don't know. I picked the Raiders, but if the Titans, that's the thing. If the Titans lose, they still could win the division because it's that division.
Right.
But if the Jaguars, like you were talking about before, if the Jaguars beat the Chargers, I think that is a tremendous confidence boost. Like heading in, you're like, damn.
Jacksonville's they're riding the momentum of, it wasn't that they just beat the Colts. They shut them out.
They
just shut them out. Now, the big difference is the Colts were really injured at wide receiver in that game, right?
Yeah.
Michael Pittman was out. Was Pierce out? I think Pierce.
Yeah, Pierce was out.
I can't even keep up anymore. My brain is dead. But the Jacksonville will have a much tougher challenge against the Chargers in terms of who they got to defend in the secondary. But it's going to be, I think that's a good game. What's your next game, Tom, that you're like, ooh?
I got to be very honest. I think it's the Chiefs and the Colts. I know you're looking at me like that's going to be.
I hope you're right, Tom.
I honestly think
you to be right
the Colts are going to get, because that and there is no basis in which I'm going off of. They're going to be like, Tom, show your work. If I was a student in my class, I would lose points because I wouldn't be able to prove my thesis. But it's simply for the chaos that I think the Colts are going to come out. Maybe they decide, you know what? Maybe we should just run with Jonathan Taylor the entire game and not even let Matt Ryan really touch the ball. Watch them go and give the Chiefs a really hard time.
Praise be. Praise be. Let Tom Grossi be preaching the gospel now.
That'd be for Elijah, but rejoice.
Colts to just destroy the Chiefs. I don't even want a close victory. I want them to smack the ever-living shit out of them. I want Mahomes to think about retiring because he gets pulverized so badly. No injuries, just pulverized.
I want it for the chaos, because like I want every pundit out there to be like, oh, Colts are gonna get murdered, just to be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. Because that's what I want. If there's anything that comes out of this season, I want people to go, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. We don't know what we're talking about. Nobody knows. Let's just go for the right. Because that's what I said for the power rankings. That's what I said for the predictions. I said, folks, ain't nobody know. I got 10 wins. I got 10 games right last week in a crazy week. But nobody knows.
Oh, how many did I get?
So I was actually very happy with the 10. I was very, very happy with the 10. But it could be a tough game.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I got 11.
You got 11. Look at you.
Barely. Yeah, I think the Chiefs will win.
Oh no, I do too.
But I want like all of those, every pundit picking the Chiefs. I want those still images posted on Twitter.
I want them afraid.
After the Colts get a win. Yes.
I want them afraid. I don't even think the Colts will win. I think that they're just going to be a lot more competitive than them being shut out by the Jaguars.
They have to be. There's no.
Even if they score 3.
Yeah. There's no excuse for them not to be. Buccaneers, Packers.
Packers, baby.
That's a game for me that I'm excited to see. They're in the afternoon slot, right? Yeah.
Yep. They're America's game of the week.
Oh, USA.
You should actually you should see that, I think. Hold on, I can double check for you. Hold on. Yeah,
because the Broncos are Sunday night.
Yep, you're seeing it. It'll be on your Fox late game.
Yeah. I think Tampa Bay's defense could possibly be the best in the NFL right now. I think they could be the best defense.
Akeem Hicks not there. They lost some people on the defense, and the trenches, they got some people hurt right now.
So we'll see. But I think I want to see Aaron Rodgers pick that defense apart.
Here you go.
See Aaron Jones have 150 rushing yards and 150 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns.
Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, Donovan Smith are question marks for Sunday, as is rookie Cade Otton. Akeem Hicks is out, but the rest is looking to be okay.
Yeah. So they're without Mike Evans.
Mike Evans, no.
Who knows with Julio and Godwin? Tom's going to have to play really well, and he hasn't done that yet this season.
I'm sorry.
The Packers defense is about to have a game. We've been talking about their potential. And yeah, they have a game against the Bears, whatever.
Yeah.
They have got to show up. I want the pass rush to be there. I want Jair Alexander to embarrass one Tom Brady. I want a pick 6 in this game. I want Tom to try and tackle Jair, and I want to see Tom fall right on his dumb face. I want to see Tom fall on his face so hard that the Botox comes out of the back of his brain.
Botox.
And that's it.
You know what the thing is? Like, you could have been talking about me. I don't know, because you just said
Brady, Tom Brady.
You said Tom. I was like, that's
Tom.
Kind of mean.
I've called you Tom Brady accidentally several times on this.
You have. You're just like, I hate you. Yeah, Leonard Fournette is going to be the key. If they could stop Leonard Fournette, because I think that he was not effective at all against the Saints last week, but he absolutely demolished the Cowboys. That's where it's going to go, because Montgomery got over 100 yards on us. So,
yeah. And of course, the other thing we have to see, Tom, is if the curse wheel cursed your Packers or not. So.
I'm very, very aware. But let's talk about the Sunday night game, Brandon Perna, between the San Francisco 49ers and the Denver Broncos. Let's do that one, bud. This game, is your defense going to be able to stop the run of whoever the hell they have in the backfield? That's going to be question number 1.
Who are they? Is it Jeff Wilson starting? I think Jeff
honestly,
Wilson.
You could make up names and I'd be like, yeah, those guys.
Yeah,
because
I think it's Jeff Wilson. And I think George Kittle's going to play. So we're going to get their best. We got Garoppolo coming back. We all know Jimmy G solid. The guy 49ers keep talking about is their safety. Hufanga. That's his last name. Apparently he's just laying wood, which is great because he was in my best named players episode 2 years ago. And I was like, a hufanga sounds like a slang term for a giant dick. And so I'm curious to see if he's going to be pulverizing any of our receivers. I just want us to score when we're in the red zone. Like, even if the Broncos lose, but it's a competitive game and they score when they actually get to the 2-yard line, be like, okay, well, we took some steps forward. I'm scared about this game.
I would be.
See, and I thought, like, looking at the schedule, this was like the first loss the Broncos might take. But now they're going to win.
I love how you're just like, I have no confidence. Like, I'm scared. They're going to hurt me. Wood, penises. They'll still win. I think the biggest thing out of this week, because the eyes of the nation will be upon it, because it's in prime time, buddy. So if Nathaniel Hackett sucks and Wilson, oh boy, buddy, it's going to be merciless on Monday.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The Broncos got to get a lead. And they got to be playing with that lead late.
Score points.
Because so much criticism would not have been thrown Hackett's way if, like, go to that Seahawks game. If the Broncos score those 2 times on the goal line, they're not making those decisions at the end of the game. Obviously, you want your coach to take charge there, to know what he's doing. I get it. I'm not saying the criticism is not justified. But just some scoring early when the Broncos move the ball well, they just need to finish some of those drives. And I think they are averaging more yards per drive than any other team in the league right now. So it's just finishing. they got to be better in the red zone. It's pretty simple. And part of that is coaching. Part of that's execution. I think we're going to see a couple of those scores go in when they get down there. And they should get Pat Surtain should be back. DJ Jones should be.
Is Judy okay?
What's that?
Is Judy okay?
Did not practice Wednesday or Thursday. Okay. We'll see if he practices today. It's the rib injury, which for a receiver's tough because that's a painful injury and it slows you down a little bit. So I don't foresee him playing.
Okay.
But where's KJ Hamler? He's been limited, but hopefully they get some plays from there.
If there's a delay of game penalty, Perna, that stadium is going to rip them apart. The blown timeouts, like you're home, the crowd will turn on them. We saw it last week. They will turn.
Oh, 25 penalties through 2 games for the Broncos.
Oh my gosh.
That's a personal best for the organization.
Hey, you know who's the least? You know who's the least penalized?
The Packs?
The Green Bay Mother-Loving Packers. And why? Brought to you by Venmo. Folks, our game's just not going your way and you'd like to see the Zebras getting involved? Well, we have a wonderfully designed payment plan system that you could pay off the rest for your next home game.
Venmo should do that.
Yes. No. I mean, I literally have a Patreon tier for $3 that is called the rest.
Broncos would win a lot of games because Rob Walton would just go, here's $1 billion for you refs.
Yeah, here you go. Here's a cool bill. Right here.
We'll call this your season-long payment, okay? Yeah, penalties have been killing them. So it's a lot of things. But I don't know. I wouldn't say I'm optimistic. But I feel like if the Broncos are going to shift gears and show that they're a respectable football team, this is when they're going to do it. It is at home. It is prime time. Also, Russ, like 49ers fans fear Russ Wilson. So when I was on the pod, it was nice to hear somebody respect Russell Wilson for once. And I think his record against them is like 17-4 or 17-5. So he's owned the 49ers. And they're like, if Russ is going to have a coming out party, it will be against us 49ers. So I've got I'm grasping for that.
Listen, you got to hold on to something, buddy. Yeah. I get you. I got you. I mean, listen, Aaron Rodgers, just to pop back in the Packers real quick, Aaron Rodgers does not have good stats against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, like at all. Like his passer rating's down. He's thrown more picks than he's thrown touchdowns. So yeah, no, there's some concern there.
Yeah.
So
I think Rams Cardinals is an interesting game.
Yes.
We haven't talked about it much. I think Stafford's gonna look good in this game finally. And that's because I don't think the Cardinals have a great defense, but I think Stafford's gonna look good. That's funny, Jim.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
That's funny. I love Walmart. I love Walmart.
Robert Walt's going to want to replace the refs with automated checkout refs.
Ooh.
Oh, man. Just put the robots on there. Yeah. Cards and Rams should be fun. I don't know who's going to win that game either. Like, that's a complete and total... Who knows? I don't even remember who I picked. I think I picked the Rams.
Yeah,
I picked the Rams. Dude, even Seahawks Falcons. Like, that's another one. I don't know which bird is going to win. I got no idea. It's a great value, coach. Dude, I'm telling you, it's going to be bad, buddy. It's going to be, is it bad that I don't even hope for you guys to lose because I don't. I want you to win. I do. But I kind of want it to be in the first quarter, just have there be a delay of game, just to hear the crowd. Like, I just want the crowd just to lose their crap. That's it. That's all. You guys can win. You can beat the crap out of the 49ers. I'd be happy because it helps me out. But
I want Russell Wilson to come out the very first play and let it be a delay of game.
And then he flips off the crowd.
And just turn around to the crowd.
He's like, oh, here's your bird right here. Honestly, I would give him so much respect for that. I would give him all his props just for that.
I just want him to play well. I'm sick of everybody making fun of him. And I know if he were on a different team now, I probably would be making fun of him more than anybody. I understand who I am, okay? But like the NFL Network, their condescending like tone about Russ, pretending to be on his side when they're
not
tongue-in-cheeking, just dumping on him. They had Kareem Jackson on today, asking him about Russ, saying run or pass from the sideline. They want him to fail.
Oh, yeah.
They want this man who spends every Tuesday with sick kids in the hospital to fail.
Oh, here comes
because we live in a messed up society, a messed up world. Oh yeah, but let's cheer for Big Ben every week. Let's let Deshaun Watson come back. Fuck that Russell Wilson for spending time with sick kids every single week. Screw that guy. Oh, because he's cheesy. Oh, he's kind of nerdy. Let's bring him down a notch. 500 passing yards. Jalen Hurts is playing really well right now. I'd take Jalen Hurts over Russ Wilson right now.
I just want to say, I don't think it's.
I love Walmart also.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's they're hating him because he spends time with sick kids.
No, they do. They're like, those kids don't do it. We're bad people, all of us. Anybody who criticizes Russell Wilson from this point on hates sick children.
I love
if
how
you want to criticize him and you can live with that, go for it. I can't.
I love how Perna's name is just spelt wrong, but the better part is, I mean, he already cursed the Packers this week. And I'm still not convinced that Perna doesn't love Tom Brady because he's now cursed back-to-back teams that Brady has gone up against.
I wish we had an app that showed your true emotion, okay? Like, it's an app, it's synced into your brain and heart, and it shows your true emotion.
Sounds
because
like that could go.
Nothing pisses me off more than people saying, I like Tom Brady. If I had that app and I could convey what I felt about Tom Brady, you would just see a dead black heart. That's how I actually feel about him. My hatred for Tom Brady is real. It is very, very real. Okay? And please don't say I actually like him.
Oh my God.
You can insult my family. You can make fun of me. Do not suggest I like that man because I don't. I just don't. There's nothing about him I like.
There is a world that I want to live in. I truly want to live in this world where Russell Wilson does not work out. Does not work out. And Tom Brady comes to the Denver Broncos next year. I want to live in that world just to see you fight yourself talk about optimist, pessimist, buddy. That would be the skit must-see TV of the week. You're just like, Tom Brady with a touchdown. Damn it! Like, just every 5 seconds, I'd want to see. Because it would be, I would stop making content just to watch more of your content because of how much I want to see that.
That would ruin me.
It would.
When Brady was a free agent or was going, whatever he was, I said I would stop rooting for the Broncos if he came to Denver. I'd pick a different team for the year or however long.
Year. Just like, guys, I'm just gonna bow out this year.
Can't do it. I cannot give that man anything. My team stopped that man from winning Super Bowls, okay?
We didn't. We did not. We did. But Tom Brady says, but I like, yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine Tom Brady's like, I'm actually a really big fan of Brandon Perna from That's Good Sports.
No. My dream is to interview Tom Brady.
Just so you can tell him how much. See, I'm curious. If
My first question would be, why do I hate you so much?
And he's going to laugh it off. You know he's going to be charming. He's going to laugh it off and just be like, well, there you go, haters going to hate.
It would be a great interview if Tom wants to make it happen.
It would. See,
I would make sure that he hated me as much as I hated him.
Well, that's the thing, too, because I think for people who hadn't seen your stuff, it would come off as tongue-in-cheek, like kind of like the Barstool one, like they did with Rodgers, where they're like making fun of him and stuff. But like you would have to be like, this is not a bit. This is not in between two ferns. Like, I hate you. Yeah. I actually legitimate, not because of what you do on the football field and you beat teams. No. I hate you as a man.
It is your personality that I don't like.
You're like, oh, is it personal? It's personal.
It is your scammy TB12 business. It is your inability to age like a normal person. It is so many things.
See, like, that's the thing. It might just do well because everyone's going to be thinking you're kidding, and you're not going to be kidding.
Make it happen, Tom. Make it happen.
Honestly,
all is in Tom's court, as usual.
If Brady playing on Thursday Night Football, you get Scooter to drop a word for you.
Oh.
Hey,
Scoot, you talking to Brady? Wyatt? Breaking news. Brandon Perna loves Tom Brady. Get out of here off of your Twitter. Don't you dare say it.
Broncos country.
Let's. Yeah!
That'll be Sunday night.
Yeah. Last night I turned on the football game and Carmi goes, Daddy watch footballs. And I was just like, oh, Daddy watch footballs now.
She knows.
Yeah, I haven't watched Man in the Arena. I
want them to become best friends. Oh God. Like, what would you do if like Tom Brady just sat down and like took off a mask and it was like just like, this is my real face, man. Like, it's the amount of pressure that comes with just to be perfect.
He's like Skeletor underneath.
Yeah. It's just like, I can't do it anymore. But Perna, I feel like you and I really connected back there. And you're like, I hate everything you are.
Yeah. I can respect that. Show me you're human, Tom. That's all I want to see.
Again, I don't know which one you're talking about.
Show me you're funny when it's not your social media team doing it for you.
That can't be me because I don't hire a social media team, but okay.
Yeah, that definitely not talking about you.
Yeah, I don't have a social media team.
No. What do you got coming out today, Tom?
It's a great question. Q&A later. There might be a week 3 preview with a Buccaneers fan. There might not be.
Oh, interesting.
Sorry. Oh.
She won't.
She's
too smart. She'll see right through. Well, his kids might be fine. I don't want to put Tom's sins on his children. Let's just say this. You won't see Tom and I at the same Christmas. Is Tom going to be there? Sorry, can't make it.
When is Carmi allowed to curse? What age?
Now.
22. You say now?
Yeah. Now's the best time. Like,
okay. So does she say the full thing or just the abbreviation of FYTB?
Oh.
You can teach her FYTB easily.
I can teach her FYTB.
You can teach her FYTB easily.
She can say that to like her teachers and nobody will know any different.
And they'll be like, what does that mean? Be like, fun you
time me B. Fun you time B.
Yes.
There you go, Max. Bills fans know.
Brandon
know.
Brandon Perna, what do you got?
I think Bills fans and I get along. It's that shared.
Except when you curse them.
Hey, they're beating the curse. They're going to transcend their injuries.
Mm-hmm. Perna, what do you got coming up?
Probably nothing. I've got this Brandon Marshall video I'm working on, but is going to require a lot of editing, and I don't think I can get it done today. I will have a Broncos prediction on the That's Good Broncos channel via Madden simulation with One Will Keys. So that'll be up later.
Nice. And we're streaming on Sunday night together?
Big stream.
Oh, that's a big stream. That's a big one. That's a big one. All right.
We're going to get over 10K in there, Tom. Over 10K for the stream. Let's do it.
Okay. I'll pull my weight. But folks,
you always do.
I'll try. Like, step it up, Tom.
Yeah.
Folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back on a Sunday night streaming this game together. And of course, Monday night for a little GPS. I'm Tom Grossi. That's Brandon Perna. This is GPS. And you have been navigated.
And you've reached your destiny. You reached your destiny.